So, I mean, judging by what's going on behind me, you can probably guess what we're going to be doing today. Um, I have been tutoring my nephew for the past 3 weeks, basically since quarantine started. And so I've had him over, and my 5-year-old niece and my daughter, and usually their two dogs come. So it kind of exploded, and not to mention the fact that my family is now living at the moment with my parents until we can move in a few weeks. So there's a little bit of everything everywhere. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, wait, I forgot to tell you, my nephew is now on the honor roll, which is huge. His grades have been a little bit lackluster for a while now. So this is really, really big. So if you could give him a thumbs up and leave him a comment and let him know how proud everyone is of him, this is kind of big. Okay, now we're gonna get started. So I'm not gonna lie, a lot of what you see on the table right now is left over from Easter. We just haven't gotten around to picking it up. Things have just been so hectic. And as far as the bookshelf goes, I'm not really gonna do much to it. It just needs to be decluttered a little bit.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here, I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back.
You know about my spice rack in the background. I saw something on TikTok the other day. I don't remember the name of the girl's channel, but she was from Louisiana and she was saying how, we get online and we see everybody with these cute little spice racks, and in Louisiana, they don't work for us. We use one of those little spice containers for one meal and it's gone. It's pointless for us. And you can kind of see that in the background that we have, 6 shelves essentially, and then not even counting everything that we have inside of our cabinet.
In the great outdoors, forever free.
So I just wanted to give a quick mom tip. If you look at the back of the counter, you can see the straws. Those are silicone straws. And not only are they great for the environment, they're also really good for little ones. My daughter is extremely clumsy, and if she's sucking on one of those, I don't have to worry about her falling and stabbing herself with plastic or even the metal ones. So those are really, really great. So in this clip, I'm just using a microfiber cloth that I got at TJ Maxx, and I think it was a 4-pack. They're really, really good as far as cutting down on waste, and you can just pop them in the washer with your towels after you bathe, and they're good to go the next day. So this glass cleaner that I'm about to use is the best glass cleaner that I have found so far. I've tried Windex. I'm not really a fan. I find that it leaves streaks. If there is anything that's less chemically, for lack of a better term, that I can think of at the moment, please let me know. I've been looking for a while, and so far this is the best as far as getting the job done goes. This bucket that you're about to see me get is what I keep inside the house to put our compost stuff in until I can take it outside and mix it in our bin. If anybody's interested in seeing that, just let me know. I don't know about in other states, but in Louisiana, we use green onions in just about everything we cook. So whenever I go to the store and I get a fresh batch, I go ahead and chop them up and then let the roots just set in water on the windowsill to catch the sunlight, and within a day or two they're almost completely full grown, and I just cut them up and stick them in the freezer to store for the next time that I use them. Odd little fact about me and my mother is that we love to go to the cemetery and just take in the history and see how much tombs have changed over the years. So a few years ago, I got my mom that little tomb for Christmas, and we just kind of stuffed stuff in it. But she loved it. It was her favorite Christmas present that year, because we're nerds. Does anyone else's kitchen counter seem to be the place where all the junk accumulates throughout the day? Because I find that that's what it is for us. Even more than the kitchen table, everything ends up on the counter. This is actually a pin that I got for a friend of mine, just as a thank you for being my friend. Does anyone else love the Archie comics? I grew up on them, and I was so excited when they came out with Riverdale. I love that show. It doesn't really follow the books very much, but as long as you can separate yourself from the books and the TV show, it's really great. My mom got these plates and I was absolutely cracking up because it says Sheffield on the back. And the entire time I was washing dishes, all I could think of was Nanny Fine going, "Mr. Sheffield!" Which I know that was an absolutely terrible impersonation of her, but yeah, I love that show. And there's my hubby, home from clinicals. He is supposed to be graduating paramedic school in August. Hopefully this whole virus thing doesn't push that back any more than it needs to. We're so ready for him to be done. He's been going to school now for almost 2 years. I hope y'all don't mind me dancing. I can't help it. Whenever I clean, I put on some Andrew Day and just enjoy myself. I've been told that whenever you wash your wooden spoons that you're supposed to put olive oil on them and it helps keep them from drying out. Does anybody actually do that? I've never done it. I'm just kind of curious as to how well that works. If anybody's curious, all I used right here was Dawn soap and water and a scrubber. So we have these child safety locks to keep our daughter out of the cabinet, and they are awesome. But she has figured out recently that if she puts her foot on it, she can climb up onto the counter and play with the water. So yeah, that's a new obstacle that we have to deal with. That was actually my dinosaur from whenever I was a baby. We called it Grandpa because it has no teeth. They gave it to me the day I got home from the hospital. My parents got this little owl for her whenever they went on their trip to New York, I believe. I don't think she even really knows it exists, to be honest. This is my parents, Dotson's, Jake and Chelsea. Or well, Jake is actually mine, but whenever I went to college, they wouldn't allow dogs in my apartment, so he stayed home with my parents, and he's pretty much theirs now. There's no taking him away from Chelsea. Stickers, the bane of my existence. I don't know why people keep giving my child stickers. They always end up on the floor or on the table or in anything but paper. My papa actually made that for me whenever I was a baby. I think he made one for all the grandkids, and mine somehow lost an eye throughout the years, but it's okay. I still love her. Mara got to use her this year. How did everyone else's Easter go with the virus? No, we didn't really get to do anything big because didn't want a chance getting any of our family members sick, but just my parents and I and Nick and my brother and his wife got together with our kids and did a little Easter egg hunt. I've been tutoring my nephew, like I said, so he's been over every single day. Those little ornaments. I got them from the Fellowship Center. I'm a huge thrifter. And all these jars, I pretty much keep every jar I have. We went through a big zero waste phase, and whenever we moved back into my parents, we kind of stopped for a while. I think we're gonna try to start getting back into that, but it is gonna be rough because we have gotten so used to the convenience of plastic, but I think it'll be worth it. I pretty much had to throw away that tablecloth. She got purple pin on it and it saturated one side of it, and there is no getting that off. And it sucks because it's such a beautiful antique tablecloth. I think we got it at a citywide garage sale last year. put those in the living room to get rid of them, and the very next day Amara saw them in the living room and decided they were her favorite babies, and yeah, they're no longer being gotten rid of. Does any other mom have that problem? How do you solve that problem? Those are her favorite shoes, and I hate Crocs. They were given to us by a friend, and my mom has made my daughter into a huge Saints and LSU fan, so she calls those her Saints shoes, and they are her favorite, and I hate them. This area was decent, at least the bookshelf was, but I really wanted to take the chance to go through the books and make sure that we aren't moving with a bunch of books that she doesn't read anymore. So you're gonna see that in a later clip. Right now I'm just kind of emptying out all the bags we have and finding out what's in them. I think this was mainly just Easter eggs that were left over from Easter, and the kids keep dumping them out and breaking them apart, and we're finding Easter egg bottoms and tops all over the house. So that's been fun. I had these all organized and separated. They're her little cards that they had the different letters and shapes and animals and stuff like that on them, and the kids got into them today and mixed them all up and put them all over the kitchen, and it was just one big mess, and it was driving me insane, so I had to fix them. Got stuck in the corner behind the table, and we honestly completely forgot about it. We went hiking like a week and a half before this just to get out, and it was a really great day for the most part. We ended up having this guy meet us on the trail and yell at us about not wearing a mask, which I get if you're around people and in public and extremely close. But it was just us, and no one was around us on the track, and he started screaming profanities at us and cursing around my daughter, and I get that she's gonna hear that, but the level of violence that was in his voice was concerning, and I was just really glad that my husband was there, because Mama Bear was coming out, and I was getting really angry. Does anyone else get overly protective of their kids whenever things like that happen? But honestly, it was just nice to get out of the house for a bit and go for a hike and enjoy the outdoors, since we're constantly stuck inside. I know a lot of people's states have rules about them not leaving the house at all, but in Louisiana, or at least in our parish, they let us go out and exercise as long as you stay at least 6 feet from people, and just try not to stay in the stores, you know. Just, we can go hiking, we can go on walks and different things like that, so it's nice being able to still have that opportunity to get out. So with the new house, we don't have hardwood floors. They're that fake hardwood floor that it kind of just clips on. And we've been looking into getting a vacuum cleaner slash mop type thing. What is your recommendation for that, for those type of floors? Because I know that it's not a good idea for us to use a steam mop on them. Just asking around if you could help out. So I have no idea what to look for. These are the books that we read this week. Actually, not this week. Today. This day. Those are all her doll clothes. They kind of live in the washer and dryer. And sometimes whenever I can't find certain pieces of clothing, I go look in her washer and dryer set, and that's usually where they are. She says, "I'm washing them for you, Mama." Like, well, thank you, but could you give them back when they're done? Don't judge me for this, please. I just couldn't wait for it to dry. It was taking too long. grandpa made this bookshelf for me a couple of years ago, and I love it. I really need to put some stain on it to where the wood doesn't start breaking down and rotting, but I love it. It's a good little memory of him. He isn't dead or anything. By the way, if I made it sound like that, he's not. He is alive and well and great. But yeah, one day he won't be here, and I will hate to see him go. But I will always have this memory, and I love that. I love that I'll be able to hand this bookshelf down to my kids one day, and they'll have a little piece of him. Any book that I'm throwing in this pile over here is something we're going to get rid of. Oh, this book is so good for any mamas that want to teach their kids about acceptance of other people, of other cultures. That is such a good book. But yeah, this pile is books that we're going to be getting rid of, and a lot of them went to my niece. She is starting kindergarten this year, and she's still having trouble with her colors, and a lot of those books are going to be great for her. And she's our little reader. She loves to read. But anything that she doesn't want, we're going to be bringing to a local park, and they have this little box that's kind of like windows on all sides, and it's for books. And if any family, for whatever reason, doesn't want to go to the library, can't go to the library, they can go to the park and they can take the book, and they don't have to bring the book back if they don't want to, or you can take it and swap it out with another. And I just think it's such a cool idea. And so yeah, those books are going to go in there. We try to keep this color-coded as much as we can. My books personally are always in ABC order, but this is something that Amara can keep up with, and it helps her learn her colors and matching. So it's a good idea for the little ones if you're trying to figure out how to do their books, if you want them organized in some sort of fashion. As I mentioned before, we thrift a lot, and that's where a lot of her books come from. But we also have a bookstore around where I used to live called Second and Charles, and it is awesome. It's got books, DVDs, records, movies, anything you can think of really in that like arena. And everything is super cheap. Like the Harry Potter books that are normally $17-$18 or around $5, and the kids books often are $1 to $2. And whenever you bring books back or bring your books in, they will sell them, they will buy them from you, and you can either get cash or you can get store credit, and the store credit is often more money and it goes towards your purchase. So we usually do that. sorry, by the way, if the clip cut out and you didn't get to see me finish fixing the top of the bookshelf. My parents actually walked through in their robes and stood there and talked to me for a while, and I didn't think that they would feel very comfortable with me having them on the internet in their robes and night clothes. So I'm sorry, but it did get finished. I promise I did not leave it like that. One day I'm gonna take that sticker off so it's not a pickle jar anymore, but today is not that day. Does anyone have any clue what to do with xanthan gum? I bought it one day because I remembered seeing it on a list for a recipe that I was planning on making, and I have no idea what happened to that recipe. So now I have this random jar of xanthan gum and have no clue what to use it for. So any recipes would be helpful. Don't judge me, please. I can't help it. If the music is good, I have to dance. last round of dishes, and I think we are done for the night finally. I think I've done, what, 4 rounds of dishes so far in this video? This kitchen was just crazy today. If y'all stuck around till the end of the video, just know that I appreciate you, and I hope that you will like and subscribe and join our little family here, and I will see you guys next time. I'm going to try to upload at least once a week. With the move and everything, we will see how well that goes, but I will try for you guys. All right. Y'all have a good day, good night, good morning, whatever time it is there. Bye.